All right, for this one, we're heading deep into the Amazon for a story of survival. It's a powerful tale about instinct, fear, and his absolutely unbreakable bond between a man and his dog when everything is on the line.
So, the story starts with this really simple but totally chilling idea. It just sets a terrifying tone right away. See, this isn't about being in a dangerous place. The place itself is the predator. The environment is an active threat, and our characters? They're the prey.
Okay, so let's meet our main characters. A man named Rafik and his loyal German shepherd, Bruno. Just try to imagine them, moving through this dense, suffocatingly humid jungle, where every little snap of a twig feels like a direct warning. And the atmosphere is just built so effectively, you can almost feel it, right? The thick smell of wet earth, the screech of monkeys that sounds both far away and way too close, and that relentless buzz of insects. Every single sound just cranks up the tension. It's a complete assault on your senses.
So they're already on high alert. But in a place like this, danger doesn't exactly announce itself. It just arrives. Any sense of calm they might have had is about to be completely shattered by a sudden vicious ambush.
And here it is, the very first sign. It's not the man who senses it, it's the dog. Bruno just freezes, and this low growl starts rumbling in his chest. His instinct is absolutely screaming that something is wrong. He's the first line of defense.
And boom, there it is. Not from the bushes, not from the river, but from above. A massive anaconda, a truly giant predator, just drops from the canopy. The attack is sudden, it's silent, and it's from a direction they never, ever would have expected. You know, before they can even react, the sound hits them, a deafening hiss that just cuts through all the other jungle noise. It's the sound of pure predatory intent. It's a sound that promises violence. And it does. There's no hesitation at all. The anaconda lunges, its target locked. In this one single moment, the hunt becomes a desperate fight for your life.
But you know what? The attack itself is only half the story. What happens next? Well, it reveals everything about the bond between this man and his dog. When they're faced with absolute terror, their true natures are just laid bare.
And this slide contrasts two kinds of instinct so brilliantly. On one side, you've got the human response, total fear, paralysis. Rafik is just overwhelmed. But on the other side, you have pure protective instinct. Bruno doesn't even think about his own safety. He only thinks about protecting his human. The entire scene just explodes into these three simple words: chaos, mud, rain. It becomes this disorienting, frantic struggle on the jungle floor, just a tangle of man, dog, and snake in the pouring rain. And this is the crucial moment. This is what their partnership looks like in action. As the snake coils up for another strike, Bruno jumps in. He doesn't just fight the snake, he literally pulls Rafik to his feet. It's just an incredible act of intelligence and loyalty.
So, getting to their feet is one thing, but they are far, far from safe. They've survived the ambush, but now they have to survive the pursuit. The hunt has just entered its next terrifying phase.
They're sprinting through the jungle, and they burst out onto a riverbank. I mean, for a split second, it must have felt like salvation. But that relief is cut short. More snakes start rising from the water, cold and unblinking. They've run from one trap straight into another one. Their entire escape boils down to three desperate steps. First, they plunge in. There's nowhere else to go. Second, as the snakes close in, Bruno, once again, becomes the protector, creating this vital diversion. And third, using that tiny window of time, they make one final exhausting push for the shore. And they make it. They just collapse on the muddy bank, soaked and bleeding, but alive. And as the adrenaline starts to fade, a new light begins to break through the trees, signaling the end of their long, dark nightmare. The imagery here is just so powerful. That sunlight cutting through the darkness. It isn't just the end of the night. It's a symbol of hope. The hunt is finally over. They have survived. And this is really the key takeaway. They didn't just endure a hostile place. They were actively hunted by it. From the trees to the river, they faced a relentless predator, and through their combined strength and trust, they won.
Ultimately, the story leaves us with this really potent message. When human reason was totally paralyzed by fear, it was the raw, protective instinct of an animal that made all the difference.
And that brings us to our final thought here. The story highlights this powerful animal instinct, but it kind of makes you wonder about our own, doesn't it? In a world that prizes logic and reason, What gut feelings, what primal instincts do we just push aside or ignore every single day?